And as we look at the field, this year's edition featured the first matchup of the season between the top two rated colts, CR Commando and Starship Enterprise. Starship Enterprise, driven and trained by Jim Doherty, won his 99 debut here last week. His first start at Woodbine, a lifetime best of 156. He bounced back from some minor foot problems. CR Commando, the 98 divisional champion, #1 rated trotting colt, set a world record last year and equaled the track record here in the Colonial a few weeks back. Midnight Cowboy just missed by a nose last week at 37-1. Pistols and Spurs is a speedy son of 94 Trotter of the Year Pine Chip. He's trained by the guru, Ron Gerfine, who also sends out the 10 Raffaello Ambrosio. And now for the race call of the Canadian Trotting Classic. Let's go to Frank Salit.
The sixth race, 1999 championship final of the Canadian Trotting Classic. They're off, and trotting Sierra High on Todd was on a break and never got to the gate. CR Commando, Pistols and Spurs are the first two away. Solid Oak in between trotters. Starship Enterprise moved through along the inside. Raffaello Ambrosio is going to go on and join the leaders on the extreme outside. In a tight spot, Fortune of Winner is 6. I Look Like My Mom, 7th on the outside. Arizona Star is 8th. Midnight Cowboy K is 9th on the outside. Sierra High on Todd was out of contention early and never got to the gate. The quarter still parked out there after the opening split of 27 seconds flat. Raffaello Ambrosio is overtaking CR Commando into the backstretch. Raffaello Ambrosio parks the first 3/8, is put under acceleration by Steve Condren, and has overtaken and pressured CR Commando on the way to the half. Pistols and Spurs there in 3rd. Starship Enterprise laid off that speed from 4th. Solid Oak is 5th. Fortune of Winner, the 6th one, by 2 more lengths than I Look Like My Mom, Arizona Star. Midnight Cowboy K was out of it. 54-3, unbelievable opening half as they trot to the far turn. That's CR Commando up to retake from the hard-used Raffaello Ambrosio. Starship Enterprise up on the outside is on the attack. Solid Oak is on his cover, a second over 4th. Pistols and Spurs on the inside from 5th. Fortune of Winner is 6th on the inside, now moved out. Off stride was Midnight Cowboy K, then Arizona Star, and I Look Like My Mom. 8 of them still in it at head stretch. 1:24-2. They passed 3/4. That's the fastest 3/4 ever in Canadian Trotting Classic history. Starship Enterprise is about to play giant killer. He's overtaken CR Commando through the stretch. Jim Doherty, Gentleman Jim, has brought Starship Enterprise to a 3-length advantage to win the 24th annual Canadian Trotting Classic final. Very tight for the place also. Long shot Solid Oak may have nosed out CR Commando. That's the track and stakes record of 154 flat. A Canadian Trotting Classic final will never forget.
And so Starship Enterprise boldly goes where no 3-year-old trotting colt has ever gone before in Canada. Here, a stakes record and track record. And Jim Doherty making his debut in this race, the 58-year-old native of St. John, New Brunswick. The same connections, a campaign divisional champion, no-nonsense woman, Helen and Frank Rubinetti. And now for a closer look at the replay of the Canadian Trotting Classic, let's go back to Ken Hornick.
Well, thank you very much, Ken. The action this year's Canadian Trotting Classic final began right at the start as favorite CR Commando, number 6, wearing the yellow saddle pad, left hard, as did Pistols and Spurs with Sylvan and Philly on in the middle, and Raffaello Ambrosio on the outside with Steve Condren. Eventual winner, Starship Enterprise, is sitting 4th along the inside and getting the dream trip early. Condren finally outmuscled CR Commando to the front, but Carl Allen had Commando on the move and leading just past the half, as you heard, in 54-3. That's quick. It was at that time Jim Doherty made his move, the Starship Enterprise, and he would roll right to the front. It was only a matter of how much this colt would win by. Solid Oak, who followed Starship Enterprise, came on to nose out CR Commando for the second prize with Christopher Rue driving. The top 3 finishers in the Canadian Trotting Classic are eligible to the Hambletonian July 31st at the Meadowlands. The last horse to win both the Canadian Trotting Classic and the Hambletonian was Giant Victory back in 1991. But the bottom line in this year's Canadian Trotting Classic final from Woodbine in Toronto, CR Commando was used hard early and Starship Enterprise was kept fresh. Ken?
Well, Starship Enterprise forges to the front of his class. Who will do that in the 3-year-old pacing ranks? They're on the track for the consolation of the North America Cup. They're ready to bounce back after not making it to the big dance here. $100,000 is up for grabs next. Dollars in January gets Jack Moiseyev tonight. Salinas Hanover right now 9-5 favorite a $16,000 purchase, a green yet speedy colt, showed lots of talent last year, and he won a division of the Cleveland Classic this year. Washington, BC, a hard luck horse. He won a New Jersey Sire Stakes final as a freshman. He's the leading money winner in the field. He's getting some money at 9-1. And then some long shots. Cypress Creek, John Campbell will drive this horse. He paced the fastest half in Meadowlands history, 52-3, and he lived to tell about it. He still finished second. Now down to Ken Hornick for one of our top contenders here.
Well, for the handicappers, there is nothing worse than having your horse boxed in a race. Let's key in on Salinas Hanover in his elimination last week. He was wearing saddle pad number 5. Randall Waples was the driver. And there he is on your screen. After getting away 8th, he would never get any breathing room. Look at the hold driver Randall Waples has on Salinas Hanover as they swing home. He's the 4th horse on the inside. And he keeps looking for room, but there just isn't any room. He would never find room. This horse will be eager tonight. He's ready to get back to work, and the public likes him. He's the current favorite. I think you'll see this horse come up with a real large effort tonight. Plus, this came after Randall Waples had a tough luck drive behind Royal Flush Hanover, and he probably still had that in his mind. Others in tonight's final who had a tough luck in their eliminations, the 1 Union Guy, the 2 horse Bayside Hall, and number 10 Cypress Creek, who, by the way, was warmed up by John Campbell. So of the past 15 North America Cup champions, 7 won their eliminations, including the last 2, Gothic Dream and Straight Path. Upstairs to Ken.
All right, Ken. Salinas Hanover finishing strong with pace there. Tough trip for him. Jennifer, a lot of speed in this race. Might set it up for the closers. You've got your eye on one.
Washington, BC has lots of natural speed in it. 13-1 on the board right now. I think it's an excellent value. Bad news bears this year. Bad luck, bad racing luck, bad trips. He's been sick. But Ken, 13-1, that's pretty juicy.
Has a top trainer, Ron Coyne Jr., and Wally Hennessy, who drove the 1998 Horse of the Year Moneymaker. I like the 1 Union Guy here. Union Guy owns dangerous speed. Gets Jack Moisset for the first time tonight. Has some class. He's very consistent. Has a better post. And I think he can set a stalking trip here as Jack Moisset closes in on 8,000 career victories. There's John Campbell with Cypress Creek. Cypress Creek right now sitting at 15-1, a long shot. John Campbell already winning 2 races on the card tonight as they move in behind the gate for the $100,000 North America Cup Consolation. 3-year-old Pacing Colts getting set behind the gate. And currently at 6-5, the 3 Salinas Hanover. Randy Waples will drive the 1998 Driver of the Year in Canada. This one already winning a big race on this circuit, the Mohawk Series Final, owned by the Daly brothers of Hamilton, Ontario. Let's go upstairs now to Frank Salive for the call of the North America Cup Consolation.
Looks like the 6-5 post-time favorite is going to be 3 Salinas Hanover. In the stretch and picking up speed for the Cup 16 Consolation. They're off and pacing. Cypress Creek and Umbro Sonic trying moves from the far outside, and Track Blaster is one of the fastest away. Down the center of the track is Just Another Poor Boy. Just Another Poor Boy. Track Blaster is going to the top. That's Bayside Hall at the inside third, and Umbro Sonic emerges outside from fourth. Union Guy through to be in fifth. Cypress Creek is sixth and parked out into the first turn. Spick and Pan is seventh. Run up the flag, eighth on the outside as they pass the quarter. Washington, D.C. parked out at the rear of the field. He to the flank of Salinas Hanover, 25-2. Blazing opening speed, Track Blaster and Mike Safik made the front. Bayside Hall plugged in for the pocket trip. Up and moving from third. Here comes Union Guy wanting to take over on the way to the half. Umbro Sonic, a wide trip, is moving with that one. Just Another Poor Boy is on the inside from fifth. Cypress Creek out all the way is a rated sixth on the outside. Run Up the Flag is seventh with a wide trip. Spick and Pan is third from last with Washington, D.C. Salinas Hanover was 10th past the half in 54-1. And the new leader, Union Guy, into the far turn, leaving Umbro Sonic parked out there. Track Blaster surrendered the lead, but sits in the pocket third. Bayside Hall right there with the pace on the outside fourth. Cypress Creek has cover, but Overland all the way from fifth. That's Just Another Poor Boy, sixth at the inside. There goes Salinas Hanover, 3 wide from the rear of the field. He is out around Run Up the Flag. Then it's back to Spick and Pan, Washington, D.C. Union Guy and Moisiev trying to get ground on the field. 123-1. They pass 3/4. Union Guy through the stretch. From a following trick comes Bayside Hall from Mike Lachance up out of the 3-hole. It's Bayside Hall that's going to chase Union Guy through the stretch. Union Guy and Bayside Hall. Does he have enough real estate? What a finish. Bayside Hall and Union Guy. Give it to Union Guy. Union Guy with a workmanlike victory to hold on against Bayside Hall. Then Just Another Poor Boy was looking for third in 150-3. What a thriller. It looked from this angle like Union Guy held off Bayside Hall. Ken and Mike, back to you.
All right, well, I'm going to run to the windows after this break here. Union Guy at 4-1 here. Jack Moiseyev seizing control after that quick opening quarter, 25-2. Trained by Joe Holloway for John and Patricia Selly of Pennsylvania and the Badlands Racing Stable. As we pick it up through the stretch here, Union Guy, Jack Moiseyev gave him a breather now, but he's asking him for speed to sprint off. Mike LeChance saved ground all the way with Bayside Hall, shuffled slightly, but he's going to take dead aim on the outside. A driving finish. Jack Moiseyev right here, rocking, whipping, driving. Mike LeChance full out. Two top drivers at the Meadowlands here at Woodbine tonight. Finished 1-2. Union Guy with the mile of his life, 150-3. And it looks like Union Guy, a son of Western Hanover out of the Walton Hanover mare Deborah's Charm, will win the photo finish here. We'll be back with a closer look.